हाय एवरीवन। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं होपफुली फ्यूचर लिवरपूल मैनेजर के बारे में, रूबन एमोरिम। एंड आज मेरे साथ हैं ईशान भाई, मेरे फेवरेट टैक्टिकल जीनियस ईशान। So, कैसे हो ईशान भाई?
मैं बहुत बढ़िया भाई। आप बताओ, आप कैसे हो?
एकदम एकदम बढ़िया। एंड रियली एक्साइटेड यार, थैंक यू, टाइम निकाला आपने आज।
नो वरीज,
फाइनली
नो
इतने
वरीज।
दिनों के बाद कर पा रहे हैं हम ये चीज।
सही में काफी दिनों, कल करते फाइनली हो ही गया।
Yes. So, what are your thoughts about Ruben Amorim? Most probably it's like done. So, what do you think
Yeah,
about him?
yeah, I think he's great. He is, of course, not at Klopp level right now, but I feel he is at that position right now where he has to make that step up.
Yeah.
And I feel that the history of Liverpool giving managers time and allowing them their patience to like build and do their thing in the first season, at least for the whole season, unless and until it's like really bad. Like even after that we kind of stuck with even Hodgson for such a long time.
True.
But I feel that is like kind of like the perfect environment in a way for Amorim. Also, what I really like about Amorim is that he is developing young talent a lot. He's not necessarily like, going into the transfer market for each and everything. He's
बिल्कुल.
not a Guardiola of sorts that ways. Uh,
True.
so yeah, it is what it is. And apart from that, I feel that somewhere I feel like Liverpool's current squad will fit in really well with at least 90% of the squad will fit in really well with how he plays at Sporting currently. If he wants to play the same way or rather in a similar way to that system, I think our squad is pretty well suited for it. I think at least 90% of the players are there. We would still have to dip into the market, which eventually we would have to because like
Obviously, or because of the new manager who's go like whatever player he needs, requirements, we have to cater to that as well. That totally
yeah.
makes
Yeah, and also I think the Matip, Thiago, both contracts are running out, so we'll have to kind of look into players whom to get in, whether squad players or if we wish to make any sales. Like there are so many rumors coming around now for like player sales as well. So I
yeah.
think वो सारी चीजें देखते हुए I feel Amorim fits in really well also because his pressing style is also, I won't say same as Klopp, but like it is good high pressing style as well. So I think the fans will kind of relate to it now because like how we have, you know, been kind of synonymous with pressing with under the Klopp era. The only negative I see with Amorim is inexperience.
True.
Like Portuguese league is not the toughest league, although the hand dealt to him at Sporting was tough, which is with and whatever he has done is amazing with Sporting. And I also feel that the limited European experience which he
Experience.
has is kind of the only negative I would say. But the good thing, even in that negative thing, is how he kind of adapted in the European matches, kind of shifted his tactics according to
Yes.
oppositions,
Yes.
and kind of tried to in between the match also he has changed tactics, and which is good to see in a manager. Which I mean, to be honest, I have also said a lot about Klopp as well
Yes.
in the past that
He's
he does not
rigid
change
about.
things.
Yes.
He's very
Yes.
rigid about his tactics, which has costed us a lot of match. I'm not saying that Klopp is bad, guys. Please do not take me out of context. He is amazing. He's the best. I mean, I would still want him to continue, but the negatives are the negatives. It's like that, and we have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yes. I remember like jitna bhi I have seen the matches of Sporting, he's pretty adaptable when he knows that my tactics are not working. He is adaptable. Like ek match mein I saw that if he sees that the team is not pressing, then he brings up the goalkeeper into the play as well. Jo middle of the park wala center back hota hai, it's most of the times Sebastian Cortes for Sporting, right? So he moves into a defensive midfielder role where it's
Midfielder
like
role.
now, two center backs and the goalkeeper, and that's how they make create the play. And when it's
Yeah.
like totally pressing on a team, then I see them Van Dijk or the goalkeeper making those long balls to
Yeah.
Victor
The
Gyökeres. So
bite forward is, yeah. So see, like this goalkeeper acting as, I would say, like a it is like you can say like a sweeper defender of sorts in with respect to a position. I think Guardiola tried this last season with Ederson as well for some matches, and in some situations, if you see, even Allison did that this season few times against
yeah,
some teams. Like not like on all the occasions, but like on some occasions, they
yes,
choose their moments to play like that. And sometimes I feel like especially in England, जब आपको एक लो ब्लॉक को बीट करना पड़ता है एंड यू नो कि मतलब हाफ लाइन से बहुत पीछे है उनके फॉरवर्ड्स कोई आने नहीं वाला सो आई फील ये सिस्टम मोर देन ऑफन अब यूज होगा ही होगा
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात है.
like the top teams will use it more often than not because like people have kind of started thinking कि यार लो ब्लॉक खेलने से रिजल्ट निकल जाता है वैसे नहीं निकलता रिजल्ट बट बहुत ही कम परसेंटेज होती है रिजल्ट निकलने का बट इट्स जस्ट पीपल जस्ट थिंक इट्स अ सेफ वे एटलीस्ट नंबर ऑफ गोल्स तो कम पड़ेंगे and that is fair for them to think right but like as an attacking team I think ये वाली tactic और use होती रहेगी and the only concern with this tactic for me would be that if Van Dijk comes into that defensive midfielder role how will he fit in
Yeah,
I would rather have him go towards the left and get the wing back to kind of go up and this left-sided centre back to kind of invert as a DM. And I think that's the only way out because I don't think Van Dijk can play in that defensive midfielder role. But yeah, I mean it's open to interpretation. However,
obviously.
maybe he coaches him into it. You never know. So yeah, that's
Let's
my
do
only
one thing.
thing.
Lineup से build up करना start करते हैं वहां से बात करते हैं. It'll be easier for
Hmm. Hmm.
us and everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
let's do that.
So obviously, no questions allowed. It's even though I want कि हमारा charming player के लिए रह जाए, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
So it'll be Virgil
Van
for us.
Dijk. Yes, Virgil.
Okay.
This is and pata hai, like I was just thinking ki how uh, the role of Van Dijk in the national team
Yes,
and how how Amorim also likes to build up is pretty similar,
exactly.
right? Like वो लोग भी three at the back खेल रहे हैं. How he has to start is, I mean,
And if you
I think
see Netherlands में he has that role where he gets the ball from keeper and वो आगे तक जाता है, then he
hmm,
sees that runner कौन सा है उस हिसाब से he
hmm,
throws that
hmm,
long ball, right?
yeah, yeah. So वही है यार, like I feel Van Dijk के लिए ये in a way और अच्छा इसलिए भी है because अगर आप देखोगे at his age he will have to run a bit lesser.
Yes, exactly.
Like the number of sprints will be lesser for him. I mean that's how I look at it because अगर एक back three का structure है तो उसमें he will be running a bit less, so his running numbers will definitely go down a bit.
Because cover भी
And
उतना ही मिलेगा.
cover उसको मिलेगा उतना, right? Now
Yes,
the thing is that would really help with respect to his fatigue over matches,
true.
which would be really good for him because one is the captain, so he has to be on the pitch as a leader, and he has been a really good leader this season. And secondly, at his age, his life as a player will kind of uh, be elongated, which would be great, I feel,
Yeah.
because he is. Anyone can argue with
He
me
is
on this.
Virgil
Like
van
he's the best centre back in the whole Premier League era, hands down. Nobody can question that. Nobody should question that actually.
And right पे we're gonna play Konate, right?
Konate, of course.
My question is, इस position में left
कोई
center
भी
back,
नहीं है.
would you go for Gomez or would you go for someone from like Sporting? Agar suppose when Amorim comes, like mostly, if I'm not wrong, Inacio plays that position Sporting ke liye.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel that in the PL, aerial duels win करना बहुत important है,
बहुत जरूरी है.
right? And Inacio is not great at it. I think
Aerially is
that
not good. Yes.
he's not great. So my point is that I think this would probably be one of the reasons why Liverpool did not buy him in the previous summer, probably. And I feel there has to be somebody who's really good aerially. Like this was also one of the reasons I think Liverpool did not pursue Hincapie as
Hincapié.
well. Yeah. So,
He's
I
good
mean,
with the ball. He's
he's
good with, like, he has a
amazing.
dynamism आगे जाने का, but not
Hmm.
good that much aerially जितना
Yeah.
Konate and Virgil हैं.
Yes, yes. So we would, I mean, ideally, if you ask me, this was one of the reasons why I wanted Colville in the summer because he is such a hybrid player. Like आप उसको लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक थ्री में खिला दो, बैक फोर में लेफ्ट बैक खिला लो, लेफ्ट बैक से उसको इन्वर्ट करा लो, विंग पे करा दो, लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक इन अ बैक फोर खिला दो, he can play everywhere. So up, and he's good aerially, he's good with the ball, he's good with his tackling positioning. So I feel somebody in that profile of Colville would be really good.
Let's for now, we don't have a name, right? Let's go for
If we
अपना
don't have anybody, then Joe Gomez, yes.
Gomez. तो अभी फिलहाल he is going
Yes,
good, so let's go for Gomez इसमें.
yes, yes, yes.
So what do you think about this, like back three? So from what I've seen with Sporting, it's like जब team press नहीं कर रही होती, then it's like three at the back, and Van Dijk gets the ball. Van Dijk usually goes, जो उनका Sebastian Coates होता है, throws the long balls, and usually ये जो होते हैं बाद में they invert inside for more protection. So what? Yeah.
So how I look at it, I think ये थोड़ा सा change होएगा.
Yeah. Okay.
Because again, see that's the Portuguese league, okay, and this is Premier League. This is extremely high octane football. Like no disrespect to the Portuguese Liga, but then I feel, and also थोड़ा सा ना हमें player profiles भी समझनी पड़ेगी. Van Dijk is something which we call a covering defender. Okay, so he's not one of those defenders जो हर बारी आपका आगे जाके टैकल करेगा एक लूज रनर को. आपने देखा होगा वो हमेशा वेट करता है, पीछे से वेट करता है कि पास काटे, और फिर बाद में टाइम डिले करते करते वो वेट करता है सही टाइम पे वो टैकल करके बॉल को बाहर कर दे या फिर विन कर ले, आइदर वेज. सो इन दिस सिचुएशन आई फील इट वुड बी मोर लाइक जैसे अभी आपने एक 2-1 का स्ट्रक्चर बनाया था, like with Konate and Joe Gomez and Van Dijk आगे, it might be a 1-2 structure with Van Dijk covering and Joe Gomez, Konate just being थोड़ा सा आगे.
A bit ahead.
A bit ahead, but like it's still like a back three of sorts only.
हाँ, मतलब it's like थोड़ा सा और going forward just to make
थोड़ा
sure
सा
that
हाँ, और थोड़ा सा अंदर. हाँ, because Van Dijk, he does not have that much like he has the speed, but you wouldn't want to use his speed. You would rather use Joe Gomez and Konate's speed to kind of run with the wingers, I mean the wide forwards or wingers, either ways, and Van Dijk to give you the cover because he's so good at covering.
Exactly, he is the best. I would say he is the best at doing that, and even जब भी he goes for a tackle, he 10 out of 9 times he wins it, right? उसकी physicality इतनी है that सामने वाले को अगर गोमेज कोनाटे को
I think वो एक aura बन गया उसका, like you know, if Van Dijk is jockeying you, then bro, just do something very quick. It has become like this, so players kind of rush into doing whatever they want to do, and that creates the mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So into the midfield, obviously, for now, it's going to be Endo and McAllister for us.
Yes, no doubts.
And one interesting thing जो मैंने देखी थी Sporting की, they have Morita and I don't know how to pronounce the name, maybe गलत ना बोल तो किसी को बुरा ना लगे. I don't know his name यार exactly. Yulmand करके, that's the name. He is more or
I
less.
don't know.
Sorry.
No, I said I don't know his name either.
हाँ, तो उसका मतलब that player has more or less the role of जो हमारे लिए एंडो करता है.
एंडो का.
हाँ, वो मतलब usually he gets the ball, he takes the ball and controls the pitch. यहाँ पे इस पोजीशन में आता है to control the game. मोरिता का मैंने एक चीज देखी है, he is like McAllister, the role McAllister plays for us, and वो ना थोड़ा बर्नार्डो जैसा player है कि he loves to like
I
carry
think
the ball, dribble कर.
I think Morita is more of like a Bernardo type of player, as you said.
Yes,
With
like ball लेके
he's
आगे
more
जाना.
box to box. He's more box to box, and although he is not as creative as McAllister, of course, but
Yes.
I think with McAllister you can get that option of having a bombing player, like he has played in those roles as well.
Interesting होगा that यहाँ दो मिडफील्ड में मैकलिस्टर gets that freedom, because यहाँ पे चांस हमारा इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि एंडो takes this position, जिससे एंडो has Gomez and Konate to cover him. यहाँ पे obviously right wing back, left wing back, but McAllister being at this midfield position, he has that freedom कि भाई तू आगे जा, आगे और चांस क्रिएट कर, and when you feel like you have to drop back, वो वापस इस पोजीशन में फॉर्मेशन आ सकता है.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
So
उससे हम देख सकते हैं कि we that's what I feel like we might see the best of the best McAllister उसमें. What do you think?
No, absolutely. I feel बहुत ही सही रहेगा ये McAllister के लिए भी, मतलब because I mean see at the end it is very similar to how McAllister likes to play. Like you know,
Exactly.
अगर आप ब्राइटन में देखोगे हाई प्रेसिंग टीम है, एक वहां पे उस टाइम पे उसके पीछे काइसेडो था, यहाँ पे अब एंडो है. So he has that freedom to like उसको डिफेंसिव ड्यूटीज के बारे में सोचना है, बट लाइक इट्स नॉट हिज फर्स्ट थिंग इन माइंड. ही नोज वहां पे कवर है कहीं ना कहीं. सो एंड नाउ इन दिस सेटअप वेयर देयर आर लाइक 3 सेंटर बैक्स and Endo somewhere in the mix as well, he will be knowing that acha I can go up in times where there's like a 50% chance probably in the current setup और मैं रुक जाऊं पीछे.
And even जो ये player होगा यहाँ पे जो left back wing back पे होगा, he can also like invert in for like उतने time के लिए जितना वो आगे गया, just to make sure that extra protection है.
See that totally depends, right? Like I feel जब भी teams tend to play like a back 3 system, center backs wala, rest of the players are like really highly committed up, because I mean अगर आप back 4 वाले systems देखोगे nowadays, the 2 center backs stay and एक defensive midfielder stays back, so it is like a 2-1 structure.
Yes.
But right now हमारे को उतना सोचना नहीं पड़ रहा. We have a 1-2 structure, like with Van Dijk, Gomez बोल रहा हूँ, Gomez and Konate. इतनी आदत हो गई ना ट्विटर पे Gomez पढ़ने की अब. So Gomez and Konate. So even that ways, I wouldn't be surprised that if in some matches we even see like Szoboszlai and McAllister playing together, like against like a team of lower half or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised, because both Szoboszlai and McAllister can like drop in those areas and receive the ball and turn and then pass it ahead, as well as bomb forward and be comfortable in both the roles at the same time. So वो भी easily हो सकता है मेरे हिसाब से.
काफी हमें काफी ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं. Obviously अभी तो यहाँ पे like no debate about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, Robertson ही आएंगे.
Yeah.
And the one thing I really like about this is that इसमें let me just do one thing यहाँ पे मोहम्मद. One thing I really like about
इसमें ना एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग वेरिएशन भी हम लिवरपूल ट्राई कर सकती है अंदर एमोरिम. सो थिंक इफ एंडो की जगह एक बार सोबोसलाई रखोगे आप एंडो की जगह, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है ये. मैं आई वाज थिंकिंग अबाउट दिस फ्यू डेज बैक, एंड So think about this. If we are building up from any side for that matter,
Yeah.
Soboslai goes up, he becomes like an attacking midfielder,
Mm-hmm.
right? थोड़ा नहीं नहीं वही तो राइट साइड पे रखो सोबोस्लाई को. हाँ, थोड़ा सा ऊपर सोबोस्लाई को थोड़ा सा ऊपर. यस, ट्रेंट को इन्वर्ट कर दो.
True.
ठीक है, और सलाह को थोड़ा सा वाइड कर दो.
Yeah.
राइट, सो यू सी हियर
You get
you
even
have
more extra level of creativity.
creativity right from the middle, right? And then you have the option of Soboslai's shots as well,
Yes.
right? And then जो ये वाला area होता है ना, like where Soboslai और Trent के बीच वाला जो area है, that is like the sweet spot to deliver a cross basically,
Cross.
right?
True.
Like
जो
you would
usually
see,
trend करता है
हाँ,
ये वाले एरिया से usually crosses.
yes. So if you see, like अगर आप इवन डिब्रोइना को देखोगे, लाइक डिब्रोइना के जितने भी
True.
स्वीटेस्ट ऑफ क्रॉसेस और असिस्ट आते हैं ना, वो इस वाले एरिया से आ जाते हैं.
सही बात है.
तो that area then becomes like such a threat because Trent can, like, he doesn't have to hug the wing so much, right? And because he knows Konate पीछे है, and then Konate के कवर पे वैन डाइक है, जिसके कवर पे in a way गोमेज भी है.
Yeah.
So this can kind of also relieve defensive duties for Trent in a way on the counter, right? And yeah, the only drawback of this variation would be how Salah would be kind of shifted into a
Extra wide
goal
position.
like a goal
Goal creation.
creator rather than a goal scorer, which we have already seen this season as a variation to tactics because teams were double teaming, triple teaming him last season a lot.
वो eventually करेंगे भी because they know that यार ये इंसान क्या threat लेके आता है.
Correct, absolutely.
And you know what I was also thinking, like जो आपने बोला, it's like very obviously this is something जो हर एक मैनेजर करेगा. उसको पता है मेरे पास इतने प्लेयर्स हैं, मैं टिंकर अराउंड कर सकता हूँ. मेरे को एक चीज जो मतलब मैंने स्पोर्टिंग की करंटली देखी, तो उस हिसाब से आई फील लाइक मोहम्मद साला के पास एक सबसे बेस्ट ऑप्शन क्या होगा, ये थोड़ा और इन्वर्ट होगा टुवर्ड्स इनसाइड वेयर ट्रेंट गेट्स द होल विंग टू ऑपरेट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्रेंट के पास ये पूरी विंग है वेयर जहां पे मोहम्मद साला इन्वर्ट्स इन बैक, एंड यहाँ पे इसके पास एरिया है जस्ट टू लाइक पास अराउंड क्रॉस करने का, जिसमें क्या होगा कि यूजुअली व्हाट दे डू इज यहाँ पे हर एक लिवरपूल प्लेयर फैन क्या बोलेगा, लुइस डियाज, राइट? बट from what I've seen, Amorim has been playing Pedro Gonzalez इस पोजीशन पे, and what he does is वो basically जब भी अटैक बनता है he drifts into inside, ठीक है, जिससे क्या होता है ये दो वाइड पोजीशंस बन जाती हैं. और उसमें क्या होता है, या फिर डोमिनिक लाइक प्लेस दोस बॉल्स आगे, एंड इवन मैकेलिस्टर डज दैट एज वेल. तो वो रनर्स एक्स्ट्रा यहाँ पे इस हिसाब से क्रिएट करते हैं कि यहाँ पे
करेक्ट
इन दोनों के पास और पोजीशंस है और एरिया है टू ऑपरेट टू लाइक क्रॉस द बॉल. सो यूजुअली अटैकिंग में आई हैव सीन स्पोर्टिंग ये यूजुअली प्ले करते हैं. आई फील लाइक ये भी एक बहुत होगा जिसमें मोहम्मद साला को ज्यादा रन नहीं करना पड़ेगा इन माय ओपिनियन, जिससे क्या होगा ही कैन कंट्रोल कि किस मोमेंट पे आई हैव टू स्प्रिंट एंड किस मोमेंट पे आई हैव टू लाइक जस्ट लुक अराउंड. ये करना है, जिससे क्या होगा गोल थ्रेट उसका और बढ़ सकता है मेरे हिसाब से.
No, I totally agree. अब इसमें भी देखो, इस भी सिचुएशन में एक और वेरिएशन है, right? Which can happen very easily. Like when Szoboszlai drifts inside, Endo can go back like 5-6 yards, right? And Trent can kind of come inside that, zone 14 wala area. So this way, देखो. So see this. तो ये एक इतना डायनामिक सेटअप हो जाता है, and that's what I really like about Amorim's style, that it's fluid, and मतलब वो ना कैसे बताऊं मैं वो ना मतलब वो आप बोलो then I'll continue.
मैंने उस एक चीज बेस्ट देखी थी कि जो फ्रंट लाइन है, लाइक जो उसकी विक्टर गॉकेरेस, ट्रिंकाओ, गोंकालेस, वो इट्स लाइक सो फ्लूइड कि वो उनका कोई स्टेबल पोजीशन है ही नहीं, लाइक दे कीप ऑन मूविंग, जिससे क्या होता है सामने वाला टीम के जो सेंटर बैक्स होते हैं दे कीप ऑन गेसिंग यार, जो लाइक स्ट्राइकर है इज ड्रिफ्टिंग टू लेफ्ट एज वेल, राइट को भी थोड़ा सा जा रहा है बीच बीच में, भाई पकड़ो तो किसको पकड़ो सबसे पहले, दैट्स आल्सो अ गुड थिंग कि उतना फ्लूइडिटी उतना कोहेजन है उस चीज में.
Yeah, and see, somewhere or the other it's very similar to how like Liverpool has been playing with Nunes
बिल्कुल
in the team. Like it's chaos. I mean it's, and that's why I feel like Nunes under Amorim is like really good mix. And like I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday that there were outlets saying that Diaz is valued at like 75 or 85 million, and like Barcelona is kind of considering it or whatever. I don't know how much of that is true, but I for one wouldn't want to sell Diaz. I think he's well settled into the team. He is a really good 1v1 dribbler,
Oh,
and
obviously, इसमें कोई
right.
doubt नहीं है. Like when he plays, what I've seen in Victor Gyökeres is even उसकी एक चीज सबसे अच्छी क्या है, जो probably न्यूनेस sometimes lack करता है, like he drops back, drops अंदर आके like Bobby used to do. लेकिन उसका होल्ड अप प्ले मेरे हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा है विक्टर योकेरेस का, जिससे क्या होता है कि वो एक एक्स्ट्रा मूवमेंट मिलता है पेड्रो गोंजालेस को भी एंड ट्रिंका इफ ही प्लेस टू ड्रिफ्ट इनसाइड, जो बॉबी बहुत बहुत अच्छे से करता था. इफ न्यूनेस इज एबल टू डू इट, जिससे क्या होगा डियाज को और ऑप्शन मिलेगा ऑपरेट करने का, लाइक साला एज वेल, एंड वो भी एक अलग लेवल का थ्रेट है, राइट?
So now see, even in this, there is another thing which can be done, like, to just kind of like, make things more fluid. Like, अब Diaz की जगह Nunes को ला सकते हो और Nunes की जगह Jota रख सकते हो.
True.
Like, it's just so much of variation with this current squad which can happen, which
And
is
the best thing is Jota is also like pretty familiar to this role, and the best thing is
I'm not.
bench के players भी उस चीज को operate कर सकते हैं, like Endo, if Endo is not available for a second, Curtis Jones can play that role आराम से.
Easy, yeah. I mean, see, that's the thing. I feel it's such a good mix. That's why I said ki like squad is 90% ready.
Oh
For
yes.
Amorim. It's like 90% ready. It's just that a left-footed centre back, ideally speaking. But even if that does not happen, and we have seen like if Liverpool does not find the right player at the right price, they won't go for it, right? And I'm sure Gomez will not say no to playing as a left centre back in a back three. He just wants.
खेल रहा है and he has that sometimes now confidence also helps that player to improve as well when new manager comes.
But again, like I was reading in on Twitter somewhere, I don't remember who had tweeted. I think it was this guy called Simon Brundish. He had tweeted that that Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk have the least goals scored partnership amongst Liverpool centre backs.
Yeah.
And if Liverpool had Bradley starting, then why was Fonza starting? Like, because if you have Gomez as a proven centre back who's fit,
मेरे को उस दिन भी नहीं समझ आया when in United यार खिलाना था. Gomez has been so good. I would have been really happy that if he was playing in place of Konsa. Not saying that Konsa is bad, but experience matters. Like Gomez के पास experience है उस चीज.
But I feel पता है क्या, like from Klopp's point of view, I think sometimes like rhythm matters, and rhythm sometimes matters with respect to position as well. So अब आप देखोगे Gomez has been playing right back, left back, right back, left back. He's just been like switching, right? So क्या होता है ना कि वो आप like I coach this to kids that when you're playing as a right back, you just have like a 180-degree of view because एक side पे तो आपकी touch line है, but as a center back you have to see 360. right? तो वो आपका पूरा व्यू पॉइंट ही चेंज हो जाता है. तो like the game changes completely. And if in a high tempo, not a high tempo, but like a high profile game like United, maybe Klopp did not wanted to take a chance. So that's why
हाँ,
he played Gonzalez. This
to
is my
take
only reasoning.
No, you're right. You're right. So in a way, we have a future lineup ready. देखा जाए तो
हाँ, with
let's
like so many variations, कितना
and with
कुछ हो
so
सकता
many
है.
variations. Yeah. तो
Like I
इसलिए
feel, I
नहीं तो लोग
and
बोलेंगे
and 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 you know what? Like इसमें अगर आप एंडो की जगह ट्रेंट डाल दो, ट्रेंट की जगह ब्रैडली डाल दो, that lineup would still look really good.
so that's my point कि मैंने काफी लोगों को बोला कि आप लोग even if Ruben Amorim hasn't like proved himself at the biggest stage, but he has that capability and he has the proper tools to make sure that Liverpool और thrive करे. And you know what?
Hmm.
Sometimes एक चीज मेरे को हमेशा क्लब के स्ट्रक्चर में थोड़ा खटकी है कि whenever we are leading, जब भी सामने वाली टीम उतना अटैक करती है, sometimes we wobble, right? इसमें
Hmm.
एक चीज होगा, whenever we are leading 1-0 ना, we have that extra sort of protection to see through the game. Defensively मुझे लगता है हम और strong हो जाएंगे इसमें. That's what I feel.
I
Because
feel यार.
defensively, I have seen उसके like sporting के structure में obviously he will change things. Robertson drops back, Trent drops back. ये 5 दानव लोग हैं. And उसके बाद क्या होता है? Diaz drops back, Salah, he is up top. Then these two guys are covering everything.
Yeah. So it's mostly like a 5-2-3 defensive shape, or
Yes.
like in some cases when he knows that he has to protect the lead and stuff, or like the other team is too attacking, and
And you
he
know,
kind.
sometimes we ऐसे सीजन जहाँ पे हम एक पॉइंट से लीग हारे हैं, sometimes यही एक चीज थी जो हमारे पास अगर होती, वो हम गेम 1-0 वाला भी सी थ्रू कर पाते जो 1-1 पे लेके गए.
Yeah, I feel there are some games in which Klopp becomes really defensive in a good way, right? Like I remember like जो last season City वाला game था जिसमें
Yeah.
Salah spun around Cancelo and scored the goal. I think उस game में we
We
were
were
like
very good defensively.
our defensive shape was 4-4-2 in a mid block throughout the
Yes.
game. And like I've been speaking with a lot of people with respect to this, that we need that system for a longer period of time, because sometimes it's good to attack and like score more goals. I totally get it. But sometimes even when you're drawing and you know that the team in front is kind of better than you in that moment, like in that game,
It's
to
wiser to do that.
it's wiser to do that. उनको आप lure करो and you have the players who are fast and who can attack the space. Then you use that, no? आप हर बारी ये जाके नहीं कर सकते कि भाई मेरे
यही
को तो ऐसे ही
सेम
खेलना है.
लाइक व्हाट यू आर सेइंग राइट नाउ, यही
हम्म,
चीज मैंने स्पोर्टिंग को करते हुए देखी है. दे
हम्म,
ड्रॉप बैक, लाइक रॉबर्टसन ट्रेंट का पोजीशन आल्सो ड्रॉप्स बैक, जिससे क्या होता है और टीम और आगे आती है. दे जस्ट नीड टू डू वन मिस्टेक, या इफ इवन इफ स्पोर्टिंग बॉल क्लियर करे, दे हैव
हम्म,
रनर्स, भागने वाले रनर्स, दे हैव गुड रनर्स. एंड आई एम प्रीटी कॉन्फिडेंट इन दैट वे कि हमारे पास न्यूनेस, डियाज, साला, we have better runners, we have more intelligent runners than those players as
हम्म,
well. It's
हम्म.
gonna be very exciting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I feel बस वही है कि like एक लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक चाहिए जो
हाँ.
अच्छा लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक हो. And I actually don't know if there are any good left center backs in the market.
I used to like one left center back, but वो सिटी चले गया, बाद में सिटी भी छोड़ दी उसने, लेपोर्ट. I used to like that player एक टाइम पे, but right now they एक ही बात है ना, काफी काफी कम प्लेयर है. बट गोमेज ने अभी तक हमें प्रूव किया है कि नहीं यार, इवन इफ लेफ्ट बैक पोजीशन में ही हैज डन गुड. सो उस हिसाब से तो लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक पोजीशन वुड बी मोर कंफर्टेबल टू हिम एज वेल, कि
Yeah,
उसको
it
उतना.
would. It would be, but the thing is, when you have a left-footed player, no,
It's easy.
the angle of pass changes. It
Exactly.
becomes, as you said, like it becomes easier that way.
हमने एक प्लेयर की बात नहीं करी, लाइक इफ सपोज एंडो इज नॉट अवेलेबल, Not even like Trent को inside लाना, just place Elliot there. सोचो कितना amount of space उसके लिए खुल जाता है. Like
No,
and
I mean,
उसकी yeah.
see the thing with playing Elliot as a wing back, or I mean, Elliot as a centre back or a wing back. Sorry,
No, in
don't
place of
understand.
Endo, suppose अगर Endo नहीं होता,
Oh
let's
yeah, yeah.
place
Oh,
Elliot there.
oh. I mean, I wouldn't play Elliot there to be really honest, because the thing is, Elliot has not matured off the ball completely. Right, so I would rather play him in the Salah role, which he has kind of learned to play as a wide playmaker, cutting inside and like, you know, playing that pass which leads to the assist basically.
Exactly. Think about if Salah is not like fit या bench पे है उस time पे, he can like be a right wing but not be a right wing at the same time. Be a number 10 player as well.
Yeah, so see that this is the beauty of 3-4-3. Yeah, so in the game, in build up, basically that 3-4-3 can look like even like a 3-4-2-1.
Yes.
Okay, it all depends upon how you are placing the wide forwards. It is more or less
And yeah,
3-4-3, but like
mainly depends upon the सामने वाला team कौन सा है, कौन सा
सामने
opponent.
वाला टीम कौन सा है, आपके पास कौन से प्लेयर्स अवेलेबल हैं, आपका क्या सिस्टम के साथ आप खेलना चाह रहे हो, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. आई मीन वो एक सेम थिंग विद 4-3-3 ना. अगर आप 4-3-3 में आपके जो टॉप वाले 3 वाइड फॉरवर्ड्स हैं, आप उनको पीछे ले आओ, 4-5-1 बन गया. राइट, सो वही चीज है. इट्स समथिंग like that only, and it just totally depends upon, as you said, the opposition, players available, or yeah.
So, ईशान भाई, last parting thoughts. What do you think क्या होगा आगे जाके हमारे लिए?
To be honest, I feel if Amorim gets confirmed, I think he is kind of like the best option available right now. Although, like, I also kind of really like Ange as well,
Oh,
and
I like him as well.
and he's also a Liverpool supporter since childhood, and he's a great human as well, which is really important for a club
Yeah.
like Liverpool and in a city like Liverpool. So maybe if he comes, that'll be great. I mean, I'll be really happy as well for that. But yeah, I mean, it just looks set for Amorim as per whatever the rumors are coming out. Amorim is great. Not going to deny that. I think it's a perfect opportunity for him. I feel in the first season, the goal should be top 4. I mean, I'm being really, really, really realistic here, because
That's
it'll be a
true.
yeah. I mean, we might just end up being in the title race again and just fade away after like 25th or 30th game week. But
That's fine as well. Like first season
exactly.
manager, ये भी will be like a more or less like a step up for us in that way.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel, and I don't know how much far we'll go in the Champions League. I would at least want to uh, go till the quarters, semis at least. But like again, like it's his first time for
Let's give it
Liverpool
time.
in Champions League, and he's not that experienced in Europe. I mean, he could end up surprising all of us, right? But I'm
You never know. Antonio Conte की
you,
तरह first year league
uh,
title.
so you never know, you never know. But then again, like I would still hope somewhere that we at least reach the quarters, because I think Liverpool as a club needs that Champions League wala rush.
Yes.
And that along with that rush, the money which comes in the Champions League is also very important. And you know, we haven't been in Champions League this season, so thoda sa money gets hit, and we are not City ki 115 charges hain, kuch farak nahi padta. And so yeah, I feel it's important for us to keep our revenues up, and I just hope he wins something in the first season, you know, like a FA Carling Cup, sorry, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, something he wins, because like you know, उससे एक
Boost भी आएगा.
सरदर्द चला जाता है. एक वो ना सर के ऊपर एक जो वेट है कि अच्छा यार कुछ जीतना है, आप छोटा कप भी जीत जाओ ना, but mentally it's a big check mark कि हाँ चलो I've won something already.
Yeah.
So even if it's like a cup, I don't mind.
And fans be you get behind you कि नहीं यार first season में
Yeah,
या
yeah,
next season और अच्छा होगा
yeah.
like.
So
And
you remember when Arsenal beat Liverpool? I think it was the FA Cup. Arteta के अंडर ही. I think
hmm.
FA Cup था ना वो? FA Cup ही
No,
था, हाँ हाँ.
Community Shield I guess.
Community Shield जिसमें भी था, I don't remember, like you know, whichever cup game it was. Uh, that kind of lifted
Yeah.
the team and the whole fan base into thinking that okay, Arteta can do this now.
Yes.
You know, I'm just giving a very recent example जो मेरे दिमाग में आया अभी अभी. So yeah, that way if you see, like you know, a trophy can change a lot, and it would like kind of give the players the extra confidence in the coach as well.
True. Makes sense. अब जो भी होगा, I feel like as a Liverpool fan, it's going to be a bumpy ride थोड़ा सा, but at the same time, it's going to be exciting for everyone. So
Yeah.
everyone, please let us know what your thoughts about Ruben Amorim in the chat, and कोई weaknesses लगती है, कुछ अच्छा लगता है, हमारे साथ share करो, हमारी भी knowledge बढ़ेगी, सबकी knowledge बढ़ेगी, and thank
Yes.
you Ishaan भाई, time निकाल के
Welcome, bye.
आप
Thank you. Thank you.
honestly love this conversation. And thank you everyone for watching this video, and please do
Thank you.
like the video and subscribe to the channel. और भी videos
Yes.
आने वाली है ईशान भाई के साथ तो extra.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
so much.
yes, yes. See you guys. Bye bye.